Hi everyone, I'm Lynn from Finds of Yesterday, and I sell mostly vintage and vintage jewelry on mostly eBay. And today we have a story about this little German brooch. It has more of a story to it than you can imagine, so stay tuned and find out what it's all about. So the story of the little German brooch starts back in the 13th century when the people of Austria would walk along the Rhine River and find these little rock crystals that look something like this, these little clear stones in this necklace. They have little imperfections in them, and they would catch the light and reflect, and they just thought they were so beautiful they would pick them up and bring them home and make jewelry and other items with them. Then we jump ahead to the 1700s when a French jeweler played around with them and added a metal foil backing to them, and it made them look like diamonds. And later than that, they changed it to a metal chemical coating that gave it a more mirror-like effect. Then we jump ahead to the 1950s when Daniel Swarovski created something called AB Rhinestones. And that's what you see in this brooch. The 4 rhinestones that are on the outside of this brooch are the AB, which is apple boy rhinestones. And here's another example. And these are actually Swarovski. I gotta get out of light. They just reflect the coating that's on the back. He added a different type of metal coating that created this array of colors like the Aurora Borealis, and that's where AB comes in. And you'll see over here we have the comparison of regular rhinestones up against the AB rhinestones. Obviously you can see the difference, but look how it reflects purples and blues and greens. If I hold it in certain lights, they're just gorgeous. Well, Christian Dior loved them, and he wanted Daniel Swarovski to create some jewelry for him, so in 1955, now that's a date to remember, Christian Dior used these AB rhinestones. Well, they really sold only to the wealthy, and everybody else wanted them too. So Daniel Swarovski decided to license it to other manufacturers like Coralcraft, and then it became affordable to everyone. So that was in 1955. Now let's turn this brooch over. The back of the brooch can tell you so much about the time frame it was made, but if you look closely at the center of this, it says U.S. Zone Germany. I know it's really hard to read, and it took me a while, and it took me a magnifying glass to make it out, but it says U.S. Zone Germany. Well, if you know anything about history, the U.S. Zone Germany was between 1945 and 1949, right after the World War II, when the U.S. occupied like a quarter of Germany, and if they only occupied it until 1949, then how could this brooch have rhinestones that were created in 1955? So I had to do a little bit more research. The first thing I thought was that the rhinestones were replaced sometime after 1955. But I really felt like this brooch had its original stones in it and that they really belonged with it. So I felt like there was something else to it. So I researched a little bit about the republics without going into too much history. But after 1949, what happened? Well, they actually stayed there until the General Treaty was signed, and that was in 1955. So to me, that tells me that this brooch was created in 1955. This story led me down a rabbit hole of information, and I thought I would just share it with you so you don't have to go down that rabbit hole too. I hope you got something out of it, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you'll know when you find a brooch like this that it was created in 1955. So thank you for joining me, and we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.